Hey there. Thank you so much for tuning in. I certainly appreciate you smashing that play button. My name is Ricky Don. This is Millie. Millie may or may not last very long here. She may want down after she figures that out that there's nothing here on the dining room table other than a bottle of perfume. She may go, tired of this nonsense. And then again, she may be patient and stay right there. We'll see. Be patient with me as we proceed. This review is going to be of Cuir, interpreting to leather intense or intense leather in English. It is from the Guerlain La Absolue de Orient collection. It was produced or launched in 2019. Thierry Wasser is the nose behind it. And as with so many of his fragrances, this one is a rock star. I absolutely love it. There are going to be some Westerners that don't particularly care for it. It really is a line that was geared toward selling in the Middle East and Arabic nations, and so it's very bold. Fragrantica hits it right when they say the main accords are leather, woody, animalic, fruity, smoky, musky, powdery. Trying to remember the rest of those. She's going to say down floral, and I didn't think that that would last too long, but thank you with your patience with her. And so I really agree with all of those notes, accords being included in this fragrance. The pyramid, according to Fragrantica, that I also agree with and have experienced myself, it says that it opens with the osmanthus and the ylang ylang, and then the mid notes are leather and musk, and then base notes of sandalwood and tobacco, and Virginian cedar. Now, I don't know the different types of cedars. I don't know how to differentiate between the different types of cedars. Once I learned that there was cedar in there, I was like, and sampled it again. It was like, yeah, there is cedar there. Can I tell you it's really Virginian cedar as opposed to, I don't know, Irish cedar? Don't have a clue. Not going to go there, not going to make any promises, but there is some cedar in it. It's absolutely just a stunning fragrance. When this line first came out, I was a little disappointed in the bottles. I was not impressed. I thought for the price point they are, that Guerlain really could have come up with something just a little more maybe exciting. But they fashioned the shape of the bottle after one of the old bee bottles, which came out in the 1800s. And the one of the things that distracted me again about the bottle was it not being clear. I like to see the juice and how much juice remains in the bottle as I use it and the levels going down. And so not being able to see the juice was a distraction to me in the beginning. I've since gotten over that and grown accustomed to the bottle. Also, I had learned that if you take a really bright flashlight, you can shine through the bottle, put it against the bottle on the back side and look at the front side, and you'll be able to see the juice level in there. So, but the brown tone of this bottle, I thought, ooh, but it denotes the leather fragrance that this bottle contains. Each one of the bottles in this line are a different color of bottle depending upon the accords that are in that bottle. And so this one, with the main accord being leather, it, of course, they chose a brown bottle. There is no bee embossed on the bottle anywhere other than the very top, that cap. You can see it embossed in the top of the cap. A lot of people like to know that a lid fits snugly so that you may lift the lid or lift the bottle up by the lid. In the beginning, it is so. As time goes on, if this lid will loosen up after many removals, I could not promise you that. I don't have a clue. The atomizer is absolutely top of the line, as is common with Guerlain. The You will be able to see that spray there. That was just like about of a quarter of a depression. That wasn't even a halfway depressed down or a full depression. And I love that because so many atomizers, you press the top of it lightly, instead of getting that vapor cone spray spreading out, you'll get a few little dribbles and drops unless you depress it fully. So I love that they calibrate these to where if you want a little juice, you can press lightly. If you want medium, you can press medium. If you want to bathe in it, you can press it all the way down. The fragrance is just absolutely dynamic, in my opinion. It's very complex. The pyramid, mm, the pyramid. The only thing that I disagree with Fragrantica in saying the pyramid, pardon me, is my nose itches. The top opening, they say, is the osmanthus and the ylang ylang, and then the mid notes are the leather and the musk. But this has a strong leather from the moment you spray. I mean, the minute you spray it, you get leather, and it is intense. It's a nice, intense leather. And in my opinion, having grown up with horses and then gone to school and got my degree in equine production and management, I spent a bunch of my life around leather in tack rooms and smelling leather. And this is a true leather fragrance. Um, it, um, it's not dressed in a bunch of florals that distract from the leather. It is a true bold leather fragrance. So those of you that love the aroma of leather, I believe you're going to appreciate this. The base notes are the tobacco, the sandalwood, and the Virginia cedar. And it's got to start to dry down before we really get those. I can get a little bit of tobacco, but the tobacco that you're going to discern in this, or at least that my nose discerns in this, is not a syrupy, sweet tobacco. It's a dry tobacco with a light, tender smokiness to it. It's not a heavy, real incensey smoky. It's very light and subtle. The cedar in those base notes, the cedar's a little more bold um, than, say, like the smokiness. Um, so I do not think that people will be distracted with the smokiness as you wear this. Um, the thing that I would like to warn people about, and let me take that word warn back out of that sentence and say, let me give you a little bit of advice. Warning sounds like, oh no, what are we up against? The alarms are going off. And I don't want that at all. But my advice is that unless you have gotten your nose on this and smelled it and sampled it and maybe even tried it on your skin and not just on a tester, I would not blind buy this fragrance. Unless you're like me and you're a fragrance collector and you already have a lot of Guerlains, or you've already experienced some of the La Absolute Orient line and know that you would like it, blind buy away. But if you're not a fragrance collector and you've just been wearing fragrances, say, from designers and not niche brand, and I would shy away from buying this blindly. Um, there's just a chance that at this price point you might think that you've wasted your money if you get it and then go, oh my God, that's too bold and too strong and too leathery and not perfumey smelling. Because it's a bold, different, unique fragrance. So I would advise most of the population not to blind buy this. I picked it up at a Guerlain boutique in Las Vegas, inside the Bellagio in the main lobby, right between the check-in desk and the observatory. conservatory with all of the plants, there is a Guerlain boutique there. And the staff there is just absolutely phenomenal. I can feel myself starting to smile as I talk about them. Anne is the general manager. Theodore is one of the clerks there, and then there were two others that I visit with and frequently as we travel to Vegas. But that was where I picked this up, and I've tried every one of the 7 fragrances that were in this line. And I am going to be collecting the entire line of all 7 fragrances. I want them because I will wear them. I'm just will enjoy them tremendously. Trying to think if there's anything that I left out here. And I just contradicted myself saying that I would collect the whole line. If you've listened to any of my other videos, I am one that has said just because we have a fragrance that's in a line, I don't have to collect the whole fragrance. I'll pick 1, 2, if I like 1 or 2 out of it and purchase them and wear them. But I'm not one of those people that thinks just because the whole line has been presented that I have to own the entire line. This line, I will own the entire line. I hope this has been helpful to you. If you have any comments, questions, please leave them below. I'll be happy to carry on a conversation with you and answer any questions that I can. I welcome any critiques of this video and the reviews that I do that you would like to post. Please feel free to share critiques. If you've enjoyed this or liked it or gained some information from it that was useful from you, please help me out and hit the like button. I'd appreciate a subscription. I welcome any contact from you that we can have. And I'm going to say over and out, adios, and wish you the best. Bye-bye.